started, right, with, you know, someone is doing like a German suplex, right? That's kind of how the anime started. Yeah, Gat Obeu Hai Seukul. Yeah, Gat Obeu Hai Seukul episode 2, right? Yeah. You kind of felt that in the beginning, right? That's how it started, right? People had normal fighting skills. And then now it's like, here's a baby! What can the baby do? Yeah, it's like, what's happening? but I really mean it, yeah. Like, I really mean it. Like, it's like, because now we are in a moment where it's like, okay, so we saw last week, right? We saw them, this team battle, which I love, like in Black Clover, I love team battle, yeah. Love the part of Black Clover. I think it's a cool tournament, right? It's a cool idea, generally, yeah. But, it's like, it's a woman with like an umbrella, like a parasol. Like Rachel Alucard, like blazblue. It's like kid and his father. Is that? It's a guy. Yeah, it's like what's happening, right? So it really went from like, yeah, I have an nunchuck and we fight, right? We started with that into this like. So now it's like Guilty Gear or blazblue, like a street fight. You know, not like Street Fighter, but more, you know. Yeah, we had Hadouken, right? But now it's even more. Here's a kid. He can control a doll, and the doll can fight or something. Here's a guy that can like control some clowns, and the clown can like, you know, do this shit. Yeah. So it's getting into from like, I think it's that, people say, oh, but did you see episode 1? You can like crush the island. Yeah, but that's like a martial art thing, right? Like, for example, Dragon Ball, people have a lot of abilities, right? They're very strong, they can destroy planets, they can, you know, punch it, they can shoot, you know, so on like that. But in Dragon Ball, they are very like, you know, martial artists, right? They're very like super martial artists, right? In this anime here, I think it feels more like, for example, Guilty Gear or blazblue, right? It's fighting games, where it's like, where instead of just having, you know, oh, I can fight with my katana, right? It's like, I have a katana that summons my dead girlfriend, and that she can, like, fight, you know? Yeah, and, like, and then my ghost girlfriend can do this combo with me, and we can summon a crow, and it's like poison mist or something. Like, that's how it feels more now. Yeah, like, oh, I'm a bunny, and I can control fire, and I can, like, you know. Anyway, let's start watching it. So, 3, 2, 1, and go. But I think every episode is going into that. I like the word pandemonium, right? Every episode is more and more pandemonium. And now it's like, oh, this guy can control the skies, and this guy can make it rain or something, right? There's Sun Wukong, he can control the sun probably. This guy has like fire magic, this guy have a clown, this guy have a samurai, yeah, it's like, yeah. So I like, of course, one, he actually asked him, like, what is happening? How can they control clowns? How can I do an Hadouken? He's like, oh, this is what the actual god is. I was like, yeah, okay. But yeah, so the beginning, right? The first 2-3 episodes, it was just, they're just fighting. It's like martial art, yeah. And then it was like, even at the sense, right, I think, when he's like doing the Hadouken, right? Okay, that's like Street Fighter, he's throwing like a fireball, okay, it's like in Dragon Ball. That still is like, they still like martial artists, right? Yeah. But last week, I feel last week really entered that pandemonium sense, right? Because we see a kid, we see like a 5-year-old. Like that's, I mean, yeah, we see like a kid. It's like, how can the kid fight? Right? And then it's like, how does a kid fight? There has to be like, oh, the kid can control his ki and summon like a dead zombie mother that can, I don't know. That's kind of thinking about that. When you get into that sense, you start wondering, like, how can the baby fight? How can the little girl with a parasol fight? Oh, she can probably control the wind like Rachel and fly around and so on, right? Like, Mary Poppins, y'all! Something like that, right? Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. It's like, it stopped being, I feel, a martial artist anime, and more like a superpower. I can control the elements power, right? Yeah, it's like a, I don't know, X-Men or something, yeah. I already have one mutant power each. But they clearly changed the opening here, yeah. Clearly adding more in season opening. Changed the commentator and changed some moves there. But here we go, time for a team battle. Anima, yeah. So it's like an FF10 then, where they can summon their own animas. So yeah, so they killed, of course, the poor blind guy. I wanted this guy's blind too. I say here though, team battle, that's Karin. That is clearly Karin! Come on, it's clearly her, look at her. It looks exactly like her. Come on, it's super similar. And the other guy was Greed! Like, another guy is Greed. Like, I'm like, that guy is Greed, this is Karin. Like, I will not back on this. It's kind of like in Tower of God, where one character clearly is Sorrow. One guy is like straight up Sorrow, he has a scar in it. Oh, a new weapon. Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Wait is over. So, but now they're fighting at least 3 grown-ups, right? Or like teenagers, yeah. But I mean, the other team is like a baby. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what's happening with this fighting style? How is the baby? I want to see the baby fight. I want to see how the... Okay, it's time for a new move, okay. What's he doing? Okay, my latent powers. I'm gonna do Hadouken at you. I'm gonna kick and a sonic boom at you, yeah. Okay. This is all for show, maybe. Well, I guess this guy was... Yeah, I taught him how to fight. Okay, so now the guy immediately is like he's not a martial anymore. He's not using taekwondo anymore. Yeah, he did it wrong. Yeah, of course he did it wrong. And then he loses probably immediately. Yeah, okay, he loses immediately. Yeah, that's our best guy. Yeah, we love him. Okay, he loses immediately. But I like how the old man is like, he doesn't use taekwondo anymore. He has mastered true fighting style. Like, he has mastered magical abilities now. Like, maybe he hadn't. Yes, you did it, bro. You did it. She's gonna fight a girl, right? It's always girl against girl. It's gonna be girl on girl. Yeah. You better win this. Yeah. Well, it's a nurse's hot at least. See, I told you guys. It's all, yeah, now it's gonna be the boys. Because it's always in every goddamn anime. Doesn't matter, cultural, you know, Marvel comics, DC comics, is always gonna be the hot girl versus the hot girl, right? So of course this guy is gonna fight the man, right? And then of course next battle they're gonna be the two cute girls. It's always the two cute girls against each other. It's never gonna be, you know, this muscular man against a cute girl. No, not like a turn battle. But anyway, here we go, yeah. So they have these assassin things. He's probably fine though. Yeah. He's like, whatever, you impaled me, but I got some random magic. I can like turn into my clown form or something. It's gonna be something completely random. Oh, I can do this shit. I'm a hollow, you know, Blitz style. Oh, I'm gonna power up. But yeah, he killed the poor blind man. Daredevil there, yeah. Okay, he has cards. He can fight with his cards. I see. Yeah, but like, how is this a martial artist guy? He's throwing cards at him, probably, right? The clown is there, yeah, okay, here we go. He's doing his stance thing. But I think he has cards, given the card fluid. He probably can throw cards, like in Fist of Fate in League of Legends. He's probably fighting with like, yeah, I have card magic. Because that's like a, I don't know. I was trained to throw cards at Vegas. I want to see his backstory. I want to see how he learned. Yeah, and I guess he healed himself or something. When he's like... Okay, his god power is activating. And his health is unknown and so on. But I mean, he can probably, you know, I'm thinking if you play the games like to Fate, yeah, he can probably like, I can throw a stun card, I can throw a freeze card at you. It's probably kind of something weird with like magical cards, right? This guy looks really weak. He's like a typical muscular guy, right? Probably useless because of that. This is too much muscle and too little technique or whatever. Yeah, he's probably like whatever. Yeah, he's like whatever. Hadouken. You know, yeah, he's like whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot stuff at you. Okay, interesting powers in there. Ah, the poor guy. Okay, she believes for some reason. She really believes, actually. Yeah, she really believes. He never gives up. So they're gonna have a backstory now? Okay. Interesting. You're gonna give them the backstory here. Okay, so yeah, he failed school a few times. I guess you can just redo it. And all the girls laughed at him. Because I guess it works here when he trains to be a high school martial artist. It's a really weird way in this world. Can they probably explain how the world works? It's just like, I really want to be a martial artist, so I dropped out of college so I could keep training. So yeah, I want to get into high school martial art. We throw fireballs. Yeah, she's like, losers. I will never be a loser like them, yeah. Oh, she also using a sword, right? Yeah. She's obviously gonna fight the other girl with, you know, I mean, I said earlier that it's always gonna be girl and girl. It's always like, you know, yeah, the two different females, right? But they're both using like some kind of sword style. It's a kendo here, so yeah, I mean, she's clearly gonna fight her, right? Yeah, she's so angry here, hating her weak, destroying her Schneider. Yeah. Ah, now of course Aniki arrives here. It's like, come on, girl, you gotta keep fighting. Yeah, I can just give up, girl. It feels really weird out of play. I mean, I like it. I was saying it never happened before in anime. No other character in anime so far is going to backstory to opponents. Yeah, they ignored. This is the first time we ever see an opponent getting a backstory. So it feels right that they're lose, probably, right? Okay, it's been. Yeah, he never gives up. But he's probably gonna lose after this flashback, given that they have to lose so the main character can keep going. Pretty nice moment though, like he fixes her shinai. Not very safe though, but still he fixes her shinai there. Now she's gonna get motivated. And she's gonna master some badass Kenjiro style to 5-0 it. Okay, they got into high school now. Oh, okay, she's gonna help him to. She's gonna teach him math. Okay, okay, it's getting pretty cute now. She's gonna help him to do. Yeah. She's gonna help him to enter high school by helping with the math quiz. Yeah, okay. He's gonna help him fight. I don't know why he needs the stuff to fight though. Yeah, it's like we need the math skills so you can. Yeah, I know they're gonna. Nice, but he obviously will lose because he's fighting the main guys. Yeah. And it looks like he's gonna. I think he's losing, but I don't know. But I do feel the pacing is very strange because like this is the first time they're like, let's give a backstory to the opponents. Yeah. Oh, okay. He's like, well, what? So this is what I mean. He's like, I can summon the construction stuff. How can he do that stuff? Yeah, like can we finally have anyone ever explain how this works? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna use my like Tortillas Hadoken style. Yeah, it's like Kamehameha style time. But sure, he worked at that place, so I guess, but. Okay, Thor's hammer, okay. So it should be called Mjolnir then. That would be more make sense, but. So it is strange, obviously it should be Mjolnir. That's the actual name of the hammer. So I'm calling it Thor's hammer. Yeah, and he's gonna Hadoken him. Yeah, he's gonna be like, I'm just gonna blast your hammer with my somehow chi power, yeah, whatever, yeah. And then it disappears. Faster, yeah. And now of course you're gonna have. But this is like I wish every character had kind of backstory. That's why I said a bit to me. It's like suddenly this random guy gets a backstory. Okay, and now it's back to the clown fight. Lost an arm there, but it's really nice anime, definitely. Oh, another arm. Okay, he's losing a lot. He's losing 2 arms. Whoa, the blasted hole. He's still laughing now. He's like, okay, he can. Okay, he's like, okay. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Naruto references. I can just like regrow my arms. This is my. Of course you can. Of course, it's like whatever. With my god power, I can just like regrow my arms. It's like whatever, man. Oh, here we go. This is what they mean the karting. Yeah, he has some kind of karting, right? And that was animated how he spin the sketch. That was nice. Yeah, and then he removes his power. He's like clown card magic. Okay, more assassins. I guess probably more Nox assassins, right? Probably. But now this is everyone can just summon something. Everyone has the god power to just throw out a weapon or something. Yeah. He seems really strong that he can take down all 3 of them. Interesting. He went past he wants to, he didn't follow orders there. He wanted to kill someone that he was too weak to kill. So yeah, now he's throwing his cards like that. Now he's doing it with the fate thing. Okay, what? And he's like, Tengu wings? You see what I mean? It's like, everyone has one random magic power. Oh, I can fly with this. I can summon heads. Oh, it actually doesn't look very good against him, but yeah, I can summon hands. That looks actually pretty ineffective. But okay. And the hands can... Ah, yeah! Yeah, back to the sword. And how you got free somehow? Oh, okay, so not even 2 of them. I mean, it looked that he was gonna win anyway. It looked like he was gonna beat them all 3 anyway, so whatever, he gets help here. I thought he was gonna win this clown magic regardless. Well, okay, fine. Yeah, he looked actually, I felt very confident that he was gonna beat them. Poor man, like, I don't know. Okay, here we go. The girl fight, yeah, I'm waiting for. So they both have swords, right? At least they had a Ken's sword earlier, so they both have some kind of Kenjutsu, yeah. It's gonna be the classic girl and girl here. But this is what I said earlier, every anime is like, if you have 2 cute girls, they're gonna fight, right? They even have the same kind of, you know, martial art, arguably, like, you know, they have similar, yeah, like they even have like similar weapons, so this is very mirror match. Oh, nice. This so far feel like the coolest battle though. Yeah, this I think for an anime looks like actually the best battle. And they actually have the different... She looks way superior though, but she's probably now bring out her power now. Yeah. Yeah, her Ken is way stronger than mine. But I can summon my, I don't know, my mermaid form or something. I don't know. I'm waiting for anything random to happen here. She's like, I actually have the power of this or something. But yeah, she's a worse... Okay, here's for him broke, yeah. But she can also probably, you know, throw some skits right there. She's like, I can send wind waves at you. Oh, here we go. See, she's like, I can summon a magical sword or something! Of course. Okay, and they... Oh. Her course is a lasing beam? I don't know what the fuck is happening in this anime! And it's like this little cute beast appears out of the weapon and they speak. Of course they do. It's like and then a bigger thing appears. It is so random. See, this feels purely like this feels that it's incredible pandemonium. It's like, oh, I can summon a dragon big as a skyscraper. Because why not? Oh, nice. At the censorship here. Oh, nice. She's like, okay, he can pull the tooth of his dragon thing, and of course use that as some kind of weapon. Okay, now the enemies say even more here. Kind of a weird animation pick, I feel, because I mean, Lloyd good, but then the other one looks. Okay, nice. He's a bit. Yeah, that's his power, and then more of these car things. And they clap. I mean, it looks cool. But that's how nothing works. It's like, I can summon the clown behind you because this reason. Nothing makes any logical sense. It's like, how does it work? Yeah, it's my lunch. Nah, she's gonna win. That girl looks weak, yeah. You can see it in her eyes. She's confident. Yeah. I don't know. We have really food here. Is she finally gonna unlock her god power thing? Because the other girl is like, I have a god sword. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess the blind man taught her some, I don't know, some move. Because she can, I don't know, she's like, yeah, okay, so she's like, I can now use my god power. Or something, okay, here we go. Okay, so she can kick skits too now? This is even more random. It's like, I can kick a sword cut at you. Yeah, instead of just like, using the hands. That doesn't feel like a sword skills at all. I think she's breaking her character here. Like she's supposed to be a swordswoman, yeah. And to throw out some. I like her language though. Her weapon is crazy. Like. I mean, it looks good now. Yeah, definitely. But this I feel is a little weird because they're changing like the aesthetic of the colors. Yeah, it looks good, but they're changing like the color set in the hue, so it looks like 2 different fights because of that. Because they're changing that thing. It's so weird to me how they're changing that. I mean, they feel a lot stronger. I mean, he was winning, I feel, alone against them. Yeah, like 2 against 2 doesn't seem fair at all for those weaklings. I love the scene, and they got away. It's like they were trying to follow them. It's like they got away. It's like, yeah, because you're standing there. Like, can they fly? I don't know. He's like, what? I guess it's like an assassin thing. Yeah. He's like, well, if we fail, we die, right? Yeah. This is like, an assassin thing, right? Can't be left alive. Yeah, and she wins. We didn't know that though. The fight was very short, actually. Yeah, the fight, her flashback of the two characters for way longer than the actual fight, right? But it looked really good, I feel, in the beginning of the fight when they were doing it, the back to back. Yeah, that was the best shit in my opinion. Yeah, she had her like magical sword, something. This guy is like, yeah, but there's some kind of romance there, right? Yeah, she's clearly in love with him. Come on, some clear romance there. Yeah, she's like, oh. As long as you don't give up, girl. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a clear romance, right? And they blew up a skyscraper. And of course you're fine. But yeah, they're like, whatever. Yeah, they're like, this is the face of us ever. They're like, yeah, he blew up the skyscraper. It did hurt me, yeah. He probably, jumped off, right? Yeah, like, whatever. Okay. But I could just follow them probably from work. Oh no, it's a grandpa! Is grandpa dead? I don't know, yeah, they like take it, yeah, it's only the hand. It's like grandpa's arm. So I guess grandpa was like blocked the sword. I was like, that's my arm probably. I guess now it's the maid. Oh, here we go, it's the bad guy, yeah, it's Tsuda, yeah. He's clearly a bad guy because it's the bad guy voice actor. He's fighting the rich guy with the maid, yeah. But he's a maid, right? With some random kid. It's a maid and like a 12-year-old. It's like, where's the 12-year-old in there? But he's fighting the clear bad guy. He's fighting the clear bad guy. I mean, the voice acting is always bad. He's only doing bad guys. See? He's a bad guy. He's like, do that. See? Some kind of shark summoning. We saw earlier yeah. I was laughing at him. It's so crazy. He just eats him. What's happening? He summons a shark that devours him. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, some kind of god. It's like, oh yeah, this kills him. And then the maid breaks the rules, I guess. I guess the ninja and his and his beats are too. I guess like whatever. It's like whatever, losers. But he's clearly the bad guy. I mean, it's the voice now. That's the voice of a bad man, yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, he's really bad. I mean, I already knew that before I saw him because he's the bad voice actor. He only does bad voices, right? He's only doing bad people. I see you guys up inside now. Man, they love breaking the rules, yeah. They're the good guys, right? Moshiroi! It's the way he speaks, like, it's like, I mean, he's gonna be the most evil person on the arena. He's like, yeah, Moshiroi! Yeah, like, he's gonna be the worst of them. Okay, he's still fine, I guess, or something like that, even though he got eaten or something. This probably won't affect him. Talk about whatever. It's like, but this guy seems like a magician. Like, yeah, this is what I mean. He's some kind of like, I'm here with my there's a kind of Dodger, right? His grandfather, and he's like a magic user. But he's like, he has like a freaking, it's like a wand. It's like Harry Potter arrives. Like, what's happening? Yeah, but listen to that evil voice there, and he can summon sharks or something like that. This is the thing that was said last week. I mean, in the beginning, it was like martial art, right? And then it turned into like a little bit Dragon Ball. Okay, we can do like energy beams, and now it's like it really is like Guilty Gear or blazblue or whatever. Right? And it's like, here I am, and I can summon sharks. Yeah, I can like flying shark attacks. And the other guy's like, I'm a magician. I do lightning bolts at you. Yeah, so it really is like, they really dropped the whole martial art thing. It's just like, no. We have magic now. We have magic, and it's no rules. Everyone has one different magic style, right? There's no, there's no like actual correlation between the powers at all, whatsoever. That there's no. There's a thing of this anime is that it's nothing makes any sense. I mean, they all have powers, yeah. But it's like, what's the power? Anyway, is it the after ending maybe? Otherwise, of course, we're gonna review it. No, not that. Okay, let's review it. Let's review episode 7. Let's throw it away here. What's the best scene? And she looks like Karen. Absolutely Naruto there, clearly. But I think this was probably the best fight so far in the anime, in my opinion. They actually looked like the best. The actual one looked like the best choreographed fight. Is this part, right? And when they have this like really cool sword style, right? They kind of cut them down. Then they went back to back, and they kind of block each other. Yeah, I think this was like this to me looked like the best fight actually they had. Genuinely, I think so. Like personally, I wasn't overly a fan of the friendship battle, where they were just kind of like flashing around this white thing, and they didn't really felt like they were actually fighting. It was kind of like a dance. This to me looked really good. But what I mean with the anime, I think the anime is really enjoyable, right? But I do have to say that I do find this part of the fight to be a lot better, right? When they actually have like really cool abilities and so on. And afterwards, she's like, I have a freaking magical sword! Yeah, that to me feels like less interesting to me. Not because they get the powers. Like, like I play a lot of different games, right? And I watch all the animated powers from, like Marvel and so on, right? Not because of the powers, but I do find that the fight actually, in my opinion, gets... At least their fight, in my opinion, was less interesting. Where she's like, oh, I have a magical sword now. And yeah, because when she puts out her sword, I think it becomes too much like, I have a lightsaber that is giant. And then she's like, and she's like, whatever, I kick you in the face, yeah. So it kind of felt like, as soon as she dropped the katana, right, her shinai, and was like, let's fight for real with my magical power. It has become too much like, I have magical power, you have power, and then the fight, then it's over, right? Yeah, it's like bam, and it's over. Instead of having this like actual choreography and so on. So, yeah, I don't know. I think a little problem with the anime. I mean, I like the clown fight a lot more, But this battle started out, I feel, really powerful. Like I think it was really good in the beginning when they were actually having their duel. Like that was really good. Yeah, in the beginning when they were actually had her and her sword breaks and so on. That was like really interesting. Was all the scene when they were like back to back. That was. That was like really. So we can find like this in here. This is what I mean here. This to me was clearly the best part of the episode. From like a fighting standpoint, yeah. Like this part here, where they go in like back to back and they kind of have this really cool blocking each other. Yeah, this to me was really excellent, right? And then as soon as her sword breaks, it's like I summon a katana. Yeah, and he completely, it's like a brain thing. It's like. I felt like you turn off the intelligence and they were like, we're just gonna smack around with like a big lightsaber. So yeah, I don't know. That to me with anime is strange. Like it's better at some part, I feel, when they have doing this kind of stuff like that, right? And then they kind of go into this stuff. It's like, I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about the clown battle. That was a much better fight though, I think, in general, because it kept the consistency, right? And they have its abilities and so on. So that felt a lot more interesting. What's the thing with her when she shoots her beard? Here this is like, but still it's like, what am I watching? Nani, what am I watching? What am I watching though? It still is that question with anime, right? Yeah, because she has this the very foul-mouthed woman, right? She has this like, I guess like a cross, just like a weapon, like in Trigun, and then like a teddy bear appears out of it and it screams like a laser and also with its eyes. So it's a puppy laser, right thing. It's like, what's happening? Yeah, what is happening? So this fight I think was better generally, but it also is true that it's like, what is happening? Like what is happening in this anime? One guy has like, I guess, tengu wings. They can like fly around, right? The other guy has like a clown and throwing cards around, and this girl has like a teddy bear weapon thing that screams and shoots lasers with eyes. Yeah, it's like, what is happening? It's a cool fight though, but I have to say this, right, because I'm also on this review and so on. Watch this anime though, it's entertaining, but you really wonder like, how is anything working in this anime? Like, how is anything working out? It's just that everyone has a god power and it's just completely random. Oh, I can summon sharks. Like with Ken, you see, yeah, I can summon sharks, and now the guys like, I can show lightning bolts. It's very much like anything goes, I guess. It's like, whatever power I want, I can have, yeah. But of course it makes some interesting fights. Right? The problem is, I guess as I mentioned earlier, if it goes in too much to like, I have a lightning sword and you have a lightning sword and we're just gonna, do this thing. It was kind of like that a few episodes earlier, yeah. This one here I think might be interesting because they have weird powers and they have like an actual fight with them. Yeah, they have this is more even fight, I guess. But it felt a lot more interesting, yeah, when they actually have this like, oh, I can summon this thing and you flying around. Man, this woman though, it's a long relationship. Yeah, you effing everywhere. It's a lot of like, a lot of insults. But I'm trying to find a good image here. But this one here is a good image. Yeah, this was what I mean. But I think this one here looks a lot better though because they have a lot more. This feels a lot more like a battle, right? Okay, I can summon my teddy bears laser shit with my cross weapon, and you have your like flaming dragon shit, and you have like a flaming stuffed dragon and flaming sword and shit, and they kind of just do this crazy wackadoodle battle, right? Yeah, and I think this feels pretty good from a like general choreography, yeah. So I think one problem I suppose with the main character is that they're just fighting these like random kids, and they can't really have like a good even battle, right? This one here felt a lot more better because they both have wacko powers and they just fight it out, right? They still doesn't know. There's still not a zero explanation for me as a viewer how they can do anything whatsoever, but they can do it and they fight, right? So it's a little bit of that. But a problem though, man, it's a negative. But one thing I do wonder with anime is of course that, okay, he got like impaled, right? And then it's like whatever, my clown, and it's like he's fine. So that anime is a strange story. It's very hard to feel that anyone is ever in danger in a way, right? Because it's like, well, yes, you did impale me, but now I'm summoning my clown, and then my clown heals my wound somehow, even though my clown doesn't really seem to be like a very defensive thing. But whatever, when my clown with my god powers activated, right, I get I health back. I don't know. So it's a little bit like that, right? When he exploded and the whole apartment, the whole skyscraper exploded, right? Yeah. Immediately I'm like, they probably fine. Yeah, immediately you're like, they probably fine. They probably should be like, whatever. He blew up the whole house, but here we are. Yeah, the next part we see them, they're on the ground right outside the building and like, he blew up my house. Whatever. It's like, yeah, like what happened? Like they survived with taking no damage, it seems. So that's in its anime is a little. Yeah, you wonder a little bit like, well, it's a little hard to measure. The power, right? The same thing here, actually, the last battle, which was a good battle when the shark thing. Because we do see the shark, like, devouring him, right? Kind of like, you can't really see it. Probably can't show it on YouTube, but yeah. We see the shark kind of devouring him. He's devouring him. And, he's still fine. I don't know how he's fine from that. I don't know how he survived being like, he's fine. Yeah, like, whatever. He's like lightning bolt. Yeah, like, he gets up and attacks him. But it was beautiful though, because obviously, given who the voice is, Kenjiro Tsuda, I was like, man, given his voice actor, and immediately I'm like, this guy is gonna be pure evil. So I love that though, yeah. Just given his voice actor, before we even get to see him fight, I'm like, man, this guy is gonna be so evil, everyone. He's clearly gonna be the bad guy, and it's like, Moshiro, yeah, like he's clearly the bad guy. He's clearly gonna be a pure antagonistic douchebag that is willing to, overhaul people really bad, right? Yeah, but that's gonna be him, right? It's clearly him. He's always, like, almost every time he does a voice in any anime, he's a bad guy. And if not the bad guy, he's like in Invaded, right? ID Invaded. He's like not the bad guy, but he like makes serial killers, deletes himself. So he's like not a very, nice person. He's like a crazy, I guess righteous antagonist, whatever you call it. Yeah, but I'm not a guy, not really a good guy. Most of my race try is playing the Demon Lord, right? Which is a good Demon Lord, but still though, he's still a Demon Lord. So, and every all the time he's a bad guy. So, he's always the bad guy, come on. He's like the bad guy 9 out of 10 times. And usually a very, very crazy bad guy, yeah. So, but whatever. That fight was very, very fast. I liked that though, because it really made you feel that, okay, the battle starts, and this guy is like, oh, he's the 6th son or 6th in lineage of this dojo. He has magical powers. He's like, shark. Yeah, it's like, summoning shark attack. Oh, you're dead. Yeah, I was like, yeah, shark in your back. Oh, it's over. It's like, yes. It's like, doesn't matter so much. Then we saw the maid jump out there and also get owned immediately. That was great. I love that the maid is like, no, my young master. And he's like, his own sir. That was great. That was my favorite scene. He's like, whatever. He's like, get off me, girl. Yeah. Don't come and try to save your, to save your little boy here. Oh, that was beautiful. Where is that scene? Oh, here it is. He's like jumping in here. God, look at that scene again. That was beautiful. He's like he stands there. He's like he does the Gara thing. He's like I'm crushing you, typical Gara style. And then she has some kind of I don't know. She throws like needles. Looks really weak. But he's like, but I love this in here. Yeah, he's like, whatever. Yeah, it's like, whatever, girl. Yeah, it's like, leave me alone. Yeah, it's like, whatever, short tooth. Yeah, it's like, whatever. Someone in your back, and it's over. Yeah, like, whatever. You throw it away with that. But yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I don't play these games, but when I see him, which is the bad guy too, right? I really think about Testament in Guilty Gear. Testament could summon crocodile mouths, I guess. He could summon he could summon trees, like poison trees. He could summon his dead girlfriend, right? And this crow thing and so on. So when I see this kind of fight style, as I mentioned before the episode, it really reminds me of these kind of extreme fighting games, right? Where it's like, well, I can summon sharks to fight with because that's a thing apparently. Yeah, like it's like Eddie as well in Guilty Gear. Yeah, he can summon this like dark shadow thing and so on. Fight with shadow. Yeah, it's like I can summon this shit, right? So of course you're gonna have like back traveling projectiles and so on. But actually, what I'm interested then in this anime from, for example, other anime like Dragon Ball. Right? In Dragon Ball, they do have it more. Let's call it like a street fighting. They have more of an honest fighting style, right? Yes, they have some special skills, but most people in Dragon Ball can basically punch you or they can shoot you at face right, yeah. But if it, and that's kind of like a street fight race, right? But if you look at something like Guilty Gear, as mentioned earlier, in Guilty Gear, people can, like Testament, summon a shark in your back, right? Yeah. So it's a lot more dishonest fighting style. Instead of being like, yes, I am strong and I punch you, I'm like, I punch you and my hand flies out and come in your back, right? Yeah, I can shoot up on the ground and so on. There's a lot more, technical. How can he attack me from the side? How can he trick me with that shit? It gets a lot from this anime. It feels a lot more like it should be like that, right? It has potential to be interesting fighting stances where someone is like, I can summon sharks under the ground, or I can, turn the water into this thing and so on. It becomes interesting. Problem though, I have to say, but is that so far everyone is just owning everyone. He's like, so much. Oh, he's dead. Oh, she's dead. So far, it is not much strategy. It's like, I won, and I won that fight. It's not much like it. I feel the potential is that someone could actually have like a good strategy, and I mean the potential is someone has shark summoning, fighting, clown summoning, right? And they have a really cool fight. I mean, the potential is there, right? But so far it's like, oh, you blocked the building, whatever, it didn't hurt me, yeah. And or like you immediately killed me, yeah. So they have the whole balance of the characters is a little too crazy, right? But that being said, though, as I predicted, I expect to see the child be able to summon his dead moms and that, yeah, zombie mother fight style, something like that, right? It's a bit strange. Like, how else are you gonna explain like a 5-year-old being in this battle, right? So. One thing though with anime, which you have to wonder, is that why was the first tournament everyone just normal people? Yeah, why was it the first tournament where everyone was like a normal person, and now it's like maids and children and magicians? Like her master is a kind of magic guy. He's like a kind of lightning ball. It's like, I shoot lightning balls at you. It's like, yeah, that guy, okay. That actually, and has this, that seems really bad though. I'll leave you with that, guys. That to me seems really bad. I mean, it's one thing to be able to summon lightning bolts, right? Fine. But this is still like a fighting anime, right? So it is way better to, be able to fight, then I can summon like a shark in your back and punch you in the face. That is way better than being able to be like, lightning bolt! It's purely like a light, yeah. That seems really ineffective, compared to being able to like punch lightning bolts while you punch someone. That is way better. So, but anyways, subscribe, please like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Black Clover, of course. That's gonna be tomorrow's live stream. Vanessa, I think, episode there. But I have to say this thing, Black Clover's in filler, but man, those fillers are pretty good, I think. They're character development fillers. We see some backstory, some childhood dramas. Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. Anyway, see you guys.